ask away.
Where did you grow up and what was it like?
I grew up in a little bitty town, very small town, in the very top part of a state called Wisconsin. The town was called Eagle River, and it was very small. I brought you even a picture of this town because it was little. And I have a picture of Eagle River. It was very different than now. People didn't have computers. We only had one car in our family, and most people only had one car. And we would walk to the grocery store because everything was really close. So we would walk and buy our groceries, and we went to the store almost every day. This is a picture of the whole town. It was little. That's my, you can keep that.
Okay.
All right. Small.
What was your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject was English because I loved to write. It was writing, but not just writing like learning how to make letters, but writing words and making up stories. That was my favorite subject.
That used to be mine too.
Not anymore?
Well, we're doing different kinds
Okay.
of writing.
Yeah, I love to write.
What kinds of jobs did you and your parents do?
Well, when I was like as old as Oscar is, I was a babysitter for my brother's kids. My brother is a whole bunch older than I am, and he had 4 children, and I babysat those children for $5 a week, and I babysat every single day, all day long in the summertime, and I got paid $5 a week.
Wow.
Which, no, that wasn't so much for every day. And then when I got older, I worked a little while in a store that sold gifts. And then after that, I went to work at a radio station, which is where I met Opa.
What about your parents?
Oh, my parents. My dad was a cranberry grower. You would say a farmer, a cranberry farmer. And I have some pictures here that you can take with you of what it looks like. This is what a cranberry farm looks like. It's big and flat. And the cranberries look like that. And you can take those pictures with you.
Okay. What were your
Chores.
What were your chores and what did you do for fun?
My chores, we didn't have dishwashers. They didn't exist yet. People didn't have dishwashers. So my sisters and I had to do the dishes after dinner. One of us would wash and one of us would dry. And then on Saturdays we had to dust. And I didn't like dusting. And for fun, every week in this small town, they blocked off the street with sawhorses. And they brought in a band and they played polka music and people danced in the streets. And then we had a big fair, a big county fair every year. That was a really big deal. Those are some of the things.
What was Daddy like as a kid?
Oh, he was a wonderful little kid. He was a lot like your brother Adam is. He was easy to get along with, and he didn't cry a lot, and he was funny, but he really loved to tease his brothers. And they would get very mad at him because he teased them and made up a language. They did.
Can you tell about your
History. My history with pets. I didn't have pets when I was growing up, and I wanted them really badly, and my mother did not. When my sisters and my brother were younger, they had dogs and different pets, and then by the time I was the youngest one, and by the time I came along, my mother didn't want to do that anymore. She didn't want any more pets, so I wanted them very much, but I didn't have them, and I sometimes brought home stray animals, and my mother would find homes for them because she didn't want to keep them, so I didn't. She kept saying, when you get older and you get married, you can have as many pets as you want. So guess what? I did.
Okay. How did you meet Opa?
I met Opa because I worked at a radio station because a man who owned a radio station came to the school where I worked, and he was looking for somebody in high school to take a job and write commercials, write ads at the radio station. And the teacher said, I think Mary would be good at that. So I went to work there, and Opa came to work there, and that's where I met him.
What do you remember about your grandparents?
Oh, you know what? I only knew one grandparent. My mother's parents both died when she was very young, so I never knew them. And my dad's father died before I was born too, so I only had one grandma that was alive in my lifetime, and she was nice. She was a farm sort of woman. She lived on a farm with cows and chickens, and her name was Emma, and she was really nice, but she was a farm lady.
Cool. What do you remember about any of your birthday parties?
Mostly we had family birthday parties, but sometimes I had one when I was in 3rd grade where I invited a bunch of friends, and I had another one in 7th grade where I invited a bunch of friends. We would just invite, we didn't invite the whole class because it was too many. We would pick like 3 or 4 of our best friends and have a party. And my birthday's in the summer, so sometimes we had a birthday party picnic, and we played tag and stuff like that.
Do you have any photos you can share?
Lucky you asked. Here we have a photo of a cranberry marsh, which is where I grew up with cranberry. There's a lake, and the cranberries grow next to the lake, and they grow real flat and low like that, and they look like that. And then I have a picture of Opa and me when we got married, which is a really long time ago. And I have a picture of my mother when she was very young. And my grandparents, I brought you a picture to show you. I did not know them because they died before I was. Look how old-timey people dressed. Her name was Claire, and his name was Adolf. And then we have a picture of the Beatles. What?
I just seen that. Oh wait, what are the Beatles doing in
The
there?
Beatles are in there because it was, you know, the Beatles. They were like super popular when I was in high school, and they sort of crept into this pile of pictures. I'm not sure I knew they were in there, but there they are. What else did you do? Anything else?
Nope, that's
all
all.
right.